What is going on, you guys? Today I have another episode for you where I'm going to be reviewing a YouTuber named Kid Greatness, and the title here is Why He Left America and He's Never Coming Back. Let's get into it.
I'm going to give you the reasons why I chose to leave America, and I don't plan on returning anytime soon. Right now we are in Thailand, Pattaya to be Pacific, and I was just sitting here thinking, like a year ago, I was in Thailand and I went back to America, and now I'm back in Thailand because the quality of life in America is absolutely abysmal now. You cannot live in America. Inflation is way too high. From the state I'm from, New Jersey, rent runs you, especially northern New Jersey, rent is gonna be plus $2,000. Now let's think about that for a second. The medium income in America is about $45,000 to $50,000 a year. Now, how can people afford to spend half of their annual income? We're not even including taxes yet. They're spending half of their annual income in rent. And then we're not even factoring in food, electricity. In America, you have to have a car, especially like in New Jersey. You're gonna need a car to get around. So you got a car note, add an extra $600 to $1,000. Now look, you have $3,000 gone already of your income. There's no way you can survive. But if you come to a place like Pattaya, Thailand, you can get you a nice apartment for $200 to $400 a month.
I hope you're listening and you heard that. $200 to $400 a month versus $2,000 to $3,000 or more dollars a month in the US. Is it any question? Is it any wonder why people are leaving? You can exist in America, but you can't live there.
And you could be right here on the beach. Like right now, I'm on Pattaya Beach. You can have a waterfront property for from $200 to $400 a month. That's not possible in America, Canada, UK. It's not happening. Also, it's just the people out here are happier. What I realized when I went back from traveling the world, because I've been to Tanzania, I lived in Thailand, where we are right now. People are more happier outside of America. And I was thinking about this, and then I realized why. America is just one big business. If you really break it down, America is a business. And your status symbol is your income. That's why when you meet people, or people always saying, oh, I make six figures, I make high six figures.
Or they tell you what they do, and they don't tell you anything about them. Like, you probably really don't care about their job. You probably want to learn more about them as a person, but for some reason they front with, oh, I'm a lawyer. You know, it's like, no, tell me about yourself. Like, I don't care about that. You know, we all work, we all do some sort of work. So tell me something else. Tell me something interesting.
But you never hear people saying stuff like, I'm really enjoying my life right now. I'm really happy. You can make a bunch of money in America. That is true. But at what sacrifice does it come making that money? I know a lot of people who make six figures plus, and they absolutely hate their life. And I met many people around the world from Africa, Asia, who live off of about $2, $3 a day, and they're absolutely content with their life. Of course, they will want a little bit more. Who doesn't want more? But these people are happy.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, I need this new Porsche, I need this, I need to get this promotion so I can make $250 instead of $200,000. Like,
well, that's all garbage anyways, because check this out. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever you do, you will be replaced almost immediately. as fast as possible. If something happens to you, if you quit, if you leave, you are replaceable. And I know that's harsh to hear. You see it all the time in companies. They let people go, or you quit, or somebody gets sick, or something else happens, and they replace you like that. You're really just a cog in their machine. So what are you actually living for? And one other thing worth mentioning too, I know this isn't always the case, though I myself have noticed outside of America that people are generally happier overall, and people in America are a lot less open to socializing, right? They look at you weird if you start a conversation with them like oh, what does this guy want, or what does this person want? Like they've always got their AirPods in, they're like tunnel vision going somewhere, right? So they're not usually as friendly. They can be, right? But they're not usually as happy either. They're a lot more cold and kind of living like zombies, right? Just sleepwalking back and forth to their job and repeating, rinse and repeat.
I feel like back in America, we sacrifice our life for a carrot at the end of the road, which is retirement.
Yep.
And once you're like 65, what are you really gonna be able to do? You can't move around like you used to. You're gonna be tired, and half the people are not even gonna make it to 65 with the stress levels and the toxic diet that exists in America.
Yep.
Now, America will always be my home, and I'm happy I'm American. But I cannot recommend people living there long term.
Same.
And it doesn't take that much to get outside of America. Like I said, $2,000 a month can get you a good standard of living in a bunch of countries. You can live here in Thailand for $2,000 a month. You can live in Kenya for $2,000 a month.
South
You can
America,
live in so many countries
Eastern Europe.
off of $2,000 a month, which would be impossible to live off of in America. And that's another thing I want to tell people about is people think that you need to have all this money
No.
to live outside of America. Like, that is
No.
not true. There's plenty of people who are teaching English online, they're YouTubers, they're doing all different type of things to make a living. So it's not back in the day where you had to have like a 9 to 5 to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Now there's so many avenues to make money. It just makes sense to leave America. And I'm not just talking about America too. You can include the UK,
Yep.
Canada, all the Western countries are really pricing themselves out of the market for normal people. Only the upper echelon are really enjoying the barons and the spoils of lives back in the West. But yeah, this is your boy K Greatness.
Awesome, guys. Well, definitely a good video there, and he's got a lot of great points. I totally agree with him. Also, I'm grateful that I'm American and get the opportunity to live in other countries and make an income online. That is something that everyone is able to do, by the way. So instead of listening to your old story, your old narrative, what you tell yourself to hold yourself back, figure out a way where you can do this. If obviously you've watched this far, so it's something you're interested in, so it's definitely possible for you as well. I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. It would be arrogant to think that there's so many people doing this and for some reason you can't. So I want to encourage you to start doing some research, figure out how you can do it. And it's easier than you think. And also, like he said, it doesn't require a bunch of money. Like people must be thinking like, oh, traveling all the time, luxury vacations, cruise ship, Cancun, Costa Rica. Like that's like your typical American, for example. Though, especially if you're thinking about living in one of these countries, you'll start to realize really quickly that you're actually going to make a lot more money than you were in the US, especially if you're making it online somehow, or you've got some recurring income, maybe from real estate or something else. There's a lot of different avenues you can go, but thank you guys for making it this far. Go check out Kid Greatness's channel. Here, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. You got this, bro.